FCC form, I think.
FCC form,
Yeah.
and fill out the form for the FCC and get it mailed out to them so that they know where you stand on the net neutrality thing. It is so important, and the vote is scheduled to take place on Friday, the 27th. There are 2 commissioners who are trying to get that delayed, hoping and praying they're able to do that, because then I think we have a shot.
Yeah, maybe. And on that front, how great is Ted Cruz? We know how great Ted Cruz is. Mm-hmm. Listen to this about the FCC net neutrality.
All right.
Congress and the public have the right to review any specific proposal and decide whether or not it constitutes sound policy. And the commission has the responsibility to defend any new proposal in public discourse and debate. Fair, right?
Yeah.
Only issue with it, not Ted Cruz, Barack Obama, 2007.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
Could that not come out of Ted Cruz's mouth today?
Yeah.
Again, Congress and the public have the right to review any specific proposal and decide whether or not it constitutes sound policy. And the commission has the responsibility to defend any new proposal in public discourse and debate. It's the exact opposite of what this president wants to happen with net neutrality. Why? He was first. This is when he was just talking about some ownership rules that he didn't like back in the day. But now it's a net neutrality. It's a bigger program. It's about bigger things. It's the first real step of regulation onto the internet. And now this is okay. They can just do it behind closed doors. We don't need to know a word about it.
How is it possible? No one has asked about that quote.
I know.
In relation to this issue, how is it possible? And he gets away with all of these quotes. He has flopped on so many of his policies from 2007, 2008, even 2009 and 2010.
I mean, the main issues we've talked about during his presidency have almost all been flip-flops for him.
Yeah.
The individual mandate. The
right.
guy
That's
argued
right.
against Hillary Clinton that it was unnecessary.
Compared it to home ownership. What if we mandated that everybody own a home?
Would that solve
Remember
homelessness?
That?
No, it would not. That was Barack Obama's point.
Jeez.
How about gay marriage? Same thing. I mean, he argued came out as a guy in front of pastors using his faith to say, I just believe so strongly that marriage is between a man and a woman, when even at the time he didn't believe that. It appears now, but he flip-flopped on that as well. Man. And another big issue here where he's surveillance. I mean, he was completely against the surveillance state back in the day when Bush was doing it.
I mean, it was unpatriotic. To ring up the kind of debt Bush was ringing up.
This is a good monologue. We should put all these together.
Yeah, we've got to.
This is because it's amazing. And, now he just tries to jam stuff in. And, while he hasn't, flip-flopped on climate change, he's always been kind of crazy on that one.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he's had Bill Nye on his side. So if Bill Nye is there, you have to stand there. If the bow tie guy that's not actually a scientist is standing there, how can you not?
Right. And not only is Bill Nye a tremendous science guy, he's not a scientist, but he's a science guy.
What's better, a tist or a guy?
A guy.
Right.
For my money, a guy every time.
Okay.
All right.
I can get that one in quotes. Anyway, let's make sure we pull that audio. Pat Gray quote, for my money, it's a guy, every time.
It's a guy every time. I mean, he's science-ish.
Yes, he's science-esque.
He's not a scientist. He's science-esque or science-ish. And he's also, but the other thing is, he's wise. He's just filled with wisdom. He was on Bill Maher last night talking about, they were talking about the problem in Europe for Jews right now and how they're being persecuted. And to the point where Benjamin Netanyahu has said, hey, maybe it's time you guys pick up and move to Europe. He had a better idea for Jews in Europe.
So what do you do about it? I think you get to know your neighbors. It's going to take, does it take a century? Something like that?
I mean, this is...
Get to know your neighbors, Jews.
Yeah.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
That is genius advice. You're only being persecuted because you haven't said hi to your German neighbor.
Mm-hmm. I will say it's better advice than Gandhi gave them. If you go to my Facebook page, watch the Gandhi monologue from a couple of weeks ago on One Up for World Stu.
Yeah.
Go to stufacebook.com. You can get there. And watch the advice he gave.
What did he say?
It's a little extensive. But,
okay.
Basically,
it wasn't. Come on, it can't be as good as meet your neighbor.
It was even better than that.
Really?
I assure you. Yeah.
All right.